Hello, everyone. My name is Thomas Johnson III. I am a graduate student at Elizabeth City State University studying applied mathematics. And for this research paper, I have done a research paper on the life of Dr. Louise Nixon Sutton and her contributions. And ultimately, Dr. Sutton was born in Hertford, North Carolina. And that was on the day of November 4th, 1925. Her high school education was completed at Hertford High School, but she did not stop there. She continued. She continued to further her education at North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, an HBCU, and ultimately got her bachelor's in mathematics in 1946. And that was only the start of her getting even further degrees in mathematics. She then went on to New York University, where she acquired her master's in mathematics. That was conferred to her in 1951, and that master's only further encouraged her to seek out a PhD in mathematics, which would be conferred to her in 1962 after she went back to New York University. And ultimately, she was the 8th African American woman to receive a PhD in mathematics in the United States of America. And that was a brilliant achievement and continues a legacy for not only African American women, but the African American community as a whole. And she stands as a figure to which many can look up to and say, I too can become a scholar of mathematics to any degree that I wish, as long as I am willing to persevere. And ultimately, in the year 1962, Dr. Louise Nixon Sutton, she joined Elizabeth City College, which would eventually become Elizabeth City State University. In one function, she was a professor at Elizabeth City State University as it existed at that time. And ultimately, she was instructing students. She was acting as their mentor, guiding them into either higher education or their career path. And that was just one function that she served in her employment. The second function she served in her employment, Dr. Sutton was the chair over the Department of Physical Sciences and Mathematics. Once again, now taking charge and guiding in her field from Elizabeth City State University as it existed at that time, bringing her expertise and knowledge to another HBCU and contributing there. And as a chair, she was overseen by the Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs at that time. And her administrative duties included, but were not necessarily limited to, overseeing the budget and also overseeing the faculty and the students, the pupils of the department at the time, in order to not only guide it in the present, but also carve its way and path for the future. And during her employment at Elizabeth City State University, she, along with Dr. Edna L. Davis, would make a critical suggestion. Dr. Sutton and Dr. Davis will ultimately suggest that Elizabeth City State University would ultimately benefit from a chronicle of its history, and this would go beyond just a record of Elizabeth City State University. It would preserve its culture, its relevance, its significance in the community, and preserve that for future generations and give them perspective on what was on the growth and the development and the perseverance of Elizabeth City State University throughout time, and also give them a glimpse into the previous, give a glimpse to predecessors of students and faculty and other members of the community and who were involved in the university as their predecessors acted throughout history and the context that their predecessors worked in. And ultimately, this was done this suggestion was made in 1970 in the context of an advisory council meeting. And the Elizabeth City State University Board of Trustees that existed at that time, they agreed. And so that effort started and has continued to the knowledge that was able to what was able to be researched. And during the time of her employment, and also being able to oversee the Department of Physical Sciences and Mathematics, it was revealed that in a account of what was going on in the Department of Physical Sciences and Mathematics, that they have been receiving federal grants since May of the year 1963. So they were bringing in additional funding from federal organizations in order to benefit not only the department but those who were within the department, and ultimately contribute to the growth of Elizabeth City State University. And she also was the director and co-director at times of a summer program that was a partnered effort between East Carolina University and Elizabeth City State University. And this partner effort was with her colleague, Dr. F.E. Matthews of East Carolina University. And so during the summer program, they were basically providing an opportunity for participants to be able to gain additional skills and knowledge that would assist them. And her work did not stop there. She ultimately continued her work in an additional program that was developed thanks to the environmental studies and geology facilities and programs that existed at that time at Elizabeth City State University. And what that did was it provided an additional concentration of geology as an option for mathematics, social science, chemistry, and biology students. So now students of the mathematics, social sciences, chemistry, and biology could ultimately use undertake an additional concentration in geology to open up further doors and opportunities for when they graduated. And ultimately, Dr. Sutton was also a significant figure in Alpha Kappa Mu Honor Society, where she was a guiding figure. And there she encouraged students to interact with other organizations on campus in order to build a more tight-knit student community that could come together and then perform to bring forth achievements through the actions of their labor and their hard work. Dr. Sutton has also written a paper called Concept Learning in Trigonometry and Analytic Geometry at the College Level, a comparative study of two methods of teaching trigonometry and analytic geometry at the college level for her dissertation. Dr. Sutton ultimately passed away May 14th. 2006, but her legacy lives on in her surviving family members and also the institution to which she contributed and invested so much work